Week 8. Hold up, people in the stands are talking shit. I need to go say something.
Ref, foul.
Who would have known that a healthy Rams team was actually really good? Defense looked good and the offense exploded. But should we be worried for Minnesota? So when can we admit Cincinnati might actually just be bad? The Eagles continue to be really slow in the first half, but they just outright dominated in the second half. See, Cleveland? Good things happen when you put Jameis Winston at QB. Ravens, for the first time in a month, were just contained offensively and taken advantage of defensively. Typical AFC North football. Honestly, I thought the Lions could go for 60. Offense didn't do too much, as the special teams backpacked this team for most of the game. And the Titans? Yeah, there was never a chance. Indy, be so serious. You have the answer to your offensive issues. But no, let's play Anthony Richardson until he gets tired. Houston once again wins unconvincingly, but it'll get harder without Diggs. Thank your lucky stars, Green Bay. Played sloppy all game and kept the Jags really close just before losing Jordan Love again. You got the Lions next week, so lock in. I don't know. This game kind of just happened. Tua's return was unfortunately spoiled by the Cardinals coming through with another last-second field goal drive to win their second straight game. Guess some things never change. The Jets lose to the Patriots, Aaron Rodgers might legitimately be washed, and this organization is in shambles. Good job on the second win though, Pats. So when the Bucks bring out the 70s unis, they revert to those 70s teams. I know they're struggling with injuries, but Baker Mayfield's turnovers are starting to become problematic. Yep, the Saints have been eliminated from further contention. Just a very bad performance all around from this team. The Chargers didn't look much better, but a win is a win. Yeah, the Bills are for real. In a way, it shows Seattle is still a good team, but they're just not on the same caliber of teams like Detroit, Buffalo, etc. And Josh Allen threw his first interception this week. Damn. Broncos country, let's fucking ride. Bo Nix had his best game by far this season, and this team looks to keep building moving forward. In Carolina, not even worth it. The Chiefs beat the Raiders again, yada yada. Kansas City still undefeated at 7-0, yada yada. This was as predictable of a game as you could get. Game of the year potential bogged down by slow play, penalties, and offensive ineptitude. However, the fourth quarter made up for all of it, with Caleb Williams taking the lead just before Jaden Daniels uncorks the best Hail Mary of the season. Good news, Dallas fans. At least it wasn't 47-9 again. These teams were in a struggle the whole first half before San Fran broke it open and basically won in the third quarter. Once again, the Cowboys finally lock in way too late. From this point on, keep the Giants out of primetime. They fought hard, but they're obviously no match against the Steelers team, who is slowly starting to become a threat. Starting off week 9 on Halloween on Thursday Night Football, we got the Texans taking on the Jets. I think Houston's going to come in. They'll struggle a little bit without Collins and Diggs, the latter of whom is out for the remainder of the season. But this Texans team is better than anything the Jets have put out this season, so give me Houston winning this one comfortably. Next up on Sunday, we got the Cowboys taking on the Falcons. And the Cowboys, this is, you gotta win. If you have any plans on making the playoffs, you need to win these games. Atlanta is a very good team, but they've got some glaring flaws. Even though Dallas has been pretty good on the road for the most part this season, I'm not sure if they're going to have enough to keep up with this Falcons team. So give me Atlanta at home edging this game out. Next up, we're going to have the Broncos taking on the Ravens. And let's be honest, did anybody think before the season started that these two would meet with the exact same record? The Ravens have been one of the best teams in the league over the last month and a half. Just a small hiccup with the loss of the Browns last week. That's just normal stuff that happens in the AFC North. While Denver, they're kind of starting to pick it up a little bit. They're beating the teams that they should easily beat, and the defense has been consistent throughout the whole season, but now this offense is starting to click and get things rolling. I'm still going to give it to the Ravens though. They're just a much better built team, and they're going to try to get the taste of losing to Cleveland out of their mouth. Next up, we have the Dolphins taking on the Bills in this AFC East rematch, and I'm really not going to take a whole lot of time with this. Josh Allen owns the Dolphins. Bills have been quietly one of the best teams in the league this year. Miami still has questions on that defense, and who knows if the offense will even click in this one. Give me the Bills in my lock of the week. Next up, we're going to have the Saints taking on the Panthers, and man, Carolina has a chance to do the funniest thing ever. The Saints are still struggling and shorthanded, but I think a team like Carolina should be an easy win. But usually the second time around, you never know what to expect. I'm just going to bank on the fact that New Orleans is going to continue to spiral. Give me the Panthers actually winning this one in a very close game. Next up, we got the Raiders taking on the Bengals. And could you imagine that this was a wild card rematch a few years ago? The Raiders, at this point, we know who they are. They are bad. They're a terrible team. They're not very good whatsoever. But the Bengals, there's too much talent, and they've shown they can win in big moments, but none of that has really showed up this season. Still though, this should be a very comfortable Bengals win, but I'm not sure how seriously I can take them right now. Then up next, we got the Chargers taking on the Browns. and these games are always usually really good when they match up. Now I know the Browns have new life with Jameis Winston at QB, but that game against the Ravens, it was truly just some crazy in-division stuff. They're going to be taking on the Chargers, who already have a really good defense, but their defense can be just as good as the Chargers defense. It's going to be a very low-scoring game, and the team that can put up just a yard more offense could determine the winner. Even though this feels like a spot where the Chargers could lose, I'm going to roll with LA to win this one, and hopefully they can start to go on a run coming up. Then up next, we got Washington taking on the Giants, and this is going to be very quick. Washington wins, Giants suck. Then up next, we got the
Woo! What's up with it, New York? Did you miss us? Aaron Rodgers, you old bitch. Get your ass back to the retirement home. Drake may have gotten hurt, but Jacoby Brissett got that game-winning drive. Let's go, baby. Now let's talk about the Titans. These motherfuckers got blown out by the Lions and the fucking Bills. Come on, bro. Mason Rudolph is straight ass, my guy. And the Titans defense is definitely cooked. It's flambéed. Fun fact for you, in 2009, Tom Brady had 6 touchdown passes in the first half against the Titans. They won the game 59-0.
Yes, I mean, we'll never see this run again, Jim. Brady's pass is
Let's go, bro. That's all us. All day, every day, baby.
I'm going to cut you off right there real quick, SMA. But this isn't going to be some kind of Patriots beatdown. These teams are what I would like to call them two cheeks of the same ass. And speaking of ass, it's going to be a special game. One that I'd even call the motherfucking toilet bowl. There's going to be so much ass on display. Texas is going to try and ban it. But both these teams have been terrible all season. Tennessee mainly for the reasons of defenses not showing up and questionable quarterback play. And New England, kind of just a little bit of everything. There's no structure within either of these organizations. Winning this game truly means nothing. All it'll do is get you further and further from the #1 overall pick. Now, as for the game itself, the Titans are coming off of a stretch where they had to go to Buffalo and to Detroit. Going up against a team like New England at home should be a confidence booster for them. Give me Tennessee edging out this very, very ugly game. Now to open up the late window, we got the Bears taking on the Cardinals, and both teams are definitely right there in that mushy middle. The Bears have improved every week throughout this season, and even had a chance last week to win the game, before the Jaden Daniels Hail Mary. While the Cardinals are coming off of 2 straight games where they had to win it at the very end. I think I'm going to give this one to the Cardinals since it's at home, plus they're on a really good stretch lately, but I would expect this game to stay very close. Then we're going to have what should be the game of the week. We got the Lions taking on the Packers. Man, the NFC North is just going to beat the shit out of each other this season. Now, personally, I'm going to give a bold prediction and say that this game is going to end with a 31-29 score, considering that's how the other NFC North matchups have gone this season. I think Detroit is just firing on all cylinders right now, and should be feeling pretty fresh going into this game, considering that the starters were sat in the 3rd quarter. I think my only worry with the Lions is the lack of pass rush, but if there's one thing their defense will be able to do is to get takeaways. Jordan Love is a gunslinger, no doubt, but with that comes a lot of interceptions, and him already being banged up already doesn't sound good. Give me the Lions edging out the Packers in this high-scoring game. Then we got the Jags taking on the Eagles, and it's nice for the Jaguars to let Doug Peterson go on his little goodbye tour. They're going up against the Eagles, who are just a better team. No further discussion, I got Philly winning. Then we're going to have the Rams taking on the Seahawks, and wow, the NFC West just got interesting all of a sudden. Last week we saw the Rams beat the conference-leading Vikings as soon as they get their weapons back. Seattle's just a little too up and down for the most part this season. I think this game could be good, but I think the Rams' offense at full health is too lethal, and that defense has started coming on over the last couple weeks. Give me the Rams edging this one out. Then for Sunday Night Football, we got the Colts taking on the Vikings, and we're returning to the scene of the largest comeback in NFL history. Now the Colts finally did what I said they should do and benched Anthony Richardson. Joe Flacco's going to get the start for this game, so that already gives the Colts more of a chance. Now, even though the Vikings have been very shaky over the last couple of weeks, mainly looked at the defense giving up a lot of points the last few games, but the Vikings are very easily a much better team than the Colts. Give me Minnesota winning this one at home in primetime. And to close that with Monday Night Football, we got the Bucs taking on the Chiefs in this Super Bowl 55 rematch of sorts. Now, obviously, the Buccaneers look different this time around, namely at the QB position, and the 2 top receivers are also missing for this game. Although that hasn't stopped Tampa from putting up a lot of points. It does, however, come with Baker Mayfield turning over the ball way too much. And against this Chiefs defense, they're going to make you pay. So give me the Chiefs winning in Arrowhead on Monday Night Football to remain undefeated. And that's going to do it for my predictions for this week. Be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel for more. Y'all have a good Halloween, and keep it trill.